Okay. Hi, you guys. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Terry. You ready to have fun? Terry, did you get your paper ready? I got mine ready. That's what I was doing at Dee Dee's when I wasn't paying attention. And this is what I did last week. I'm going to use these exact same colors, though, I think, on the one today because I liked it so much. So, yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, scrub forward until stuff starts happening. We'll wait for some peeps to show up. You guys, it's so nice and cool here. This is so unusual for this time of year. Like it was in the 60s this morning. Oklahoma in August or early September now is really just not this cool. It's crazy. Terry, your prompt art is so good. Your people are getting so good. And today's prompts were very enticing to do. Because, yeah, I would put a doggo in sandals for sure. So you're welcome. You can tell you're working at it. You really can. It's showing through. Did I say hi, Barbara? Why aren't you singing? Sing it. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It will be a beautiful day in the neighborhood here in a few minutes when all these city buttholes um, pack up their SUVs and scram back to the city. You've already got rough sketches made for today? Awesome. Okay, Alyssa is not showing up in my chat. Hi, Alyssa. Alyssa, I got your postcards. I'm going to show them today. They're so good. I like doing swaps like that because then I get all the mail first. You went for a walk at 10. It was 60 degrees. See, it was 60 here today, and I don't even know now. It's just barely above 70. So this is crazy. Not used to it. I almost felt like I need to go get a coat. I'm okay with it. I actually like fall, so I'm good with it. Hey, Dee Dee. All right, we'll let people get in here, and it's a holiday, so who knows? People may have other things that they're out doing, and if they do, good on them. That's how I feel about that. So we'll just give it a few little minutes. It's only people like me who never leave the house who have time to hang out and go to streams on a holiday. And I really hope all these city people are packing up their cars to go home. It hasn't been a horrible weekend, but it's still just, there's enough that it's a pain in the ass. Hi, Shelly. Hi, Hermie. So, yeah, they'll all be gone today. And then for the rest of the season, we'll have very few weekend people now. So my life's going back to normal, and I'm good with that. It's not raining here? No. We've got no rain in the forecast. It's 81 in your bedroom. Oh, that's hot for there, isn't it, Terry? Hi, Linda. Hi, Tim. Hi, Brenda. So, yeah, 81 in your bedroom. It's 74 in here because that's where I keep the temperature. Hi, Leona. Okay, we got people coming now. I never know if YouTube sends the reminder out or the notification. They don't on mine. I did get one for Fernando this weekend, which I haven't gotten one for him forever. You're off today? Well, good. Enjoy your day. Yeah, I love Dee Dee's stream today too, and it made me want to go make another one of those books. You did get a notice? Okay, good. Thanks, Dee Dee. Let's see. I've only made one of those little books that, all right, I'm going to pull the camera out. Let me see. Should be in here somewhere. This one. And I love it so much. Now I want to make more of them. I probably will, actually. But my little snark book, Snark on Crack, which I love the name of the book, Snark on Crack. So if you happen to miss Dee Dee, but you're here today, this is what Dee Dee, she made one of these meander books. I don't know. But yeah, I love this little thing. It's just, and somebody, I don't know who in chat, said that they were going to make like a Zentangle book. I think that would be awesome too. So, hi, Alicia. Yours was not a hot mess, Dee Dee. You were doing something different. But when I've made covers for journals and stuff, I remember I did it on one of my scavenger hunt. I used leftover paper like you did this morning, Dee Dee. And when you work on top of it, it makes awesome texture. And then if you pay attention, the shadows and stuff where the cut up parts appear, it's very cool. I love that very much. That's the neatest, straightest little books you've ever seen. Yeah. And it's got fun stuff in. I see no good reason to act my age. So I'm going to do, well, no, it's not like this, but it's kind of a mixture of the two. Wallpaper. Where did the hell did that come from? Watercolor and designs inside. So yeah, but I love this. I'll just stick it back in there and fix it later. But now I want to make more of those. Does anybody else do that? Get started doing something and then that's all you want to do? I've been like that with 365 days of art. You need color cubes. Ugh. Hi, Bossy Butt. Hi, Debbie Epps. Or the design. I use design seeds, Dee Dee. I do use design seeds. But I've been just leaving this book out. So when I don't have something that I'm actively working on, I can just open up and work in this. And I was really busy this weekend doing other stuff. But this is one page I got finished. And I did this one kind of a la Devin, actually. You're all over the place like a mad scientist. You just started it, Alicia. This is really a fun book because you don't have, I mean, I just make up the rules as I go along. Like this one was just do a scribble and then see what it becomes. Well, I just did what I wanted. The top one's really fun, isn't it? Very colorful. And the thing is, I feel bad sometimes that I don't use all my supplies, and I have too many, and I'll be the first to admit that. But the chances are very good that I'm going to order more. I know that. So, oh, that one doesn't have white dots. Oh, I need to fix that. Hang on. If I don't fix it right now, I won't fix it. So let me get some white dots on the little red one. But yeah, that's one thing I love about just having this book sitting out is that I can just flip it open. And I almost did it today because there's one page in here, and I don't even know if I have it marked, but it has like daisies, and it starts the daisies for you, and then you have to finish them. And I really want to do that page, and I also need to color this one in. You have a love-hate. Why, Brenda? Hi, by the way. Oh, okay. Hold it up to the camera. Now you tell me. It kind of looks like lizard skin to me. And then this one was just fill the whole space with blue teardrops, and then they'd started it for you up in this corner. So I just played with supplies because I feel bad that I don't use them as much as I want. But there was one page in here that I really want to do, that daisy one. I really want to do that one. So, but the thing about this book is I feel zero pressure for what the outcome is. Whatever happens is it happens and it's okay. And so it is kind of just like a little playground. I'm really looking for that daisy one. This one. I really want to finish this one because it says draw the rest of the image. So I was thinking if I could just make this whole page look just like that, which I can't, but yeah, I need to put a little bookmark on that one. Let's see. Too many bookmarks, too little time. You already gave me the finger. Thank you. If anybody else wants to give me the finger, step right up. I'm good with that. So that's how I look at that 365-day book, is just, it's a fun place just to do whatever. And then if you follow me on Instagram, you saw this. This was my last entry for the August Windows to the World Challenge. And it was just, there was nothing you had to do. So I ended up just doing that. And it came out good. And I really like it. And I like the colors. So I'm going to use those colors. I don't know. Some pages came easy, then others just don't, or I don't. You know what, Brenda? What I would do with those pages, like I have no interest in writing in that book. I really don't. I wrote one page because I was on stream and I was trying to follow the rules. I think the things in there are suggestions. And if you want to do it, do it. And if you don't, don't. Just do something else that you want to do. That's the way I look at that. Do what you want to do. Because, like, whoever wrote that, Lorna is not going to come to your house and slap you upside your head. I would if I wrote the book, but Lorna is not going to do that. So you get to do whatever you want with it. I also think it would be a great place to do like your Society of Idea Collecting as well. You know, like if there's something you want to remember, put it in there. And as most of you know, excuse me, Dee Dee and I are doing the postcard swap. It would be a cool porcelain tile, wouldn't it, Debbie? And we started it August 19th, and you got 2 months. The deadline is October 19th. Make 5 postcards, submit them to me. I'll switch them out, and you'll get 4 back. And I keep one of everybody's. I'm hoping that everybody will get 5 back because Dee Dee sent extras of hers. I made extra of mine. And so if anybody sends extras, I deal them out to the people. So hopefully you'll get 5 back. In the package, you need to include a self-addressed stamped envelope. And if you need my address, you can email me or get with me on Instagram. So yeah. So I already got 2. Let's see. I received them both the same day, so I'll go with Alyssa first. And the requirements were, the theme was Halloween or fall. And Terry sent a few extras in hers. So I'm hoping there'll be enough for everybody to get 5 back. And the theme was Halloween or fall. And this is Alyssa's. So, and you had to have a stamped image, just one, right, Dee Dee? But she obviously has a bunch. She cut some of the images out and smacked them on, collaged them, and then did the background. And I love how she did the little lamp with metallic. So that's very cool. But you can tell that she did the background, stamped the trees, stamped the birds. I love the background. And of course, they're all different. She must have made a big sheet with watercolor and then worked on top of it, which is very cool. Hi, Jen. And I love like the gates and the path going back to the house that she added. And so I don't know, it's just very creative. And I think it's a good way to use your stamps. I mean, to create like this image that somehow all fits together. very proportional. It's just so cool, right? So Alyssa, you did really good. And of course, everybody's background is going to be a little bit different, but she did 5 the same. We didn't make a rule that they had to be all the same. Mine are all the same, and Dee Dee's are all the same. But Alyssa, good job, and thanks for playing with us. And she did include a self-addressed stamped envelope, so she got hers in early. And we tried to give you guys plenty of time, but don't put it off till the last minute, please. Please. And then Dee Dee sent a bunch extra. So a bunch of you will be getting Dee Dee's, which are very cool. Get ready. Get ready. Are you ready? You have a repeated sign? Okay, cool. See, that repeated is fine, but if you don't want to do 5 the same, I don't think it's that big a deal. This is Dee Dee Willingham's, and she carved that stamp on her stream. What was it, 2 weeks ago, Dee Dee? But then look at the little cats that she carved too. I don't know, was the cat new, Dee Dee? I forgot to ask. So it's typical Dee Dee. You got some space and stars going on. And then she carved a little cat and put on there. Very cute. I know, it's so cute. So, and she did send a bunch extra. So I'll have extras to give out. Hi, Paula. I'm so happy you came and joined us. And congratulations on your win this morning. And then I was going to take a poll of people in chat. I've got mine done. But I normally hold mine till the very end so that people, oh, that's right, show the back. I forgot, Dee Dee, I'm sorry. I didn't look at Alyssa's back. Okay, she just put her name on there. Okay, sorry, Dee Dee. There's the back of Dee Dee's. Very cool, Dee Dee. Always outside the box, that girl. And they all have then different old postage. Sweet. Very sweet. And I've got mine done, but I hold mine always till the end. But then Dee Dee said this morning something about showing mine. Hi, CB. So do you guys think I should show mine? Or should I hold them up? I just want people to come up with their own ideas and not be influenced. But hell, I'm showing everybody else's. What do I care? So tell me if you want me to show them or not. I'm doing a poll. Dee Dee's saying show it. I knew she would. Leona's saying show. Show it. Okay. All right. I buried them under here. Oh, and I think it was last week we did the cootie catcher for Denise. The snark. I'm going to send it to Denise. But this is how I ended up finishing it. I just inked all the edges. So I haven't put it in an envelope yet, but that is sitting there ready to go. That's why it's in my pile of stuff here. All right, everybody's saying show. All right, I'm going to show it. And this is mine. It's a Gould Gallery. Denise is going to love it. I hope so. Making dinner. So this took a fair amount of time because I had to stamp all those images, cut them out, collage them. And then Dee Dee and I didn't agree, and I let Dee Dee win the argument. I let Dee Dee win arguments just because I feel sorry for her. She's arguing with an expert, you know? But I wanted the polka dot background. She wanted the cobweb background. So I did the cobweb background, but I like the polka dot one. And let me hold it up. See if this freaking camera will focus, you freak. So I only did one with the polka dots, and I'll keep that one because I like it. So thanks, you guys. So cool, right? Cool gallery. Dee Dee likes, why not do both? Well, because they're done. I don't think I'll make more, but I did make extras when I did them. So yeah, both backgrounds. Okay. Well, Dee Dee won the argument because the ones that are going out will have cobweb background. And then my back is just that. Yeah, look at Barbara's got a song for that. Everyone's a winner. So, and I did the back kind of like a postcard. So, to a random awesome fib. So good. Now I can go put those away. And then I might just randomly send this one out to somebody because that was one I did on stream and I don't necessarily care if I keep it or not. So there, I'm all cut up. And then today, I think that's all I have to show. Today, I'm going to work out of the Isolde design book that I've showed several times. Let me pull it out here. I got stuff piled on top of it. And I think several of you have bought this. I know Terry Brett has, and so has Shelley, who appears in chat as Texture, TXTCHER. I love this book. And I've done quite a few of the projects that she shows in it, but today we're going to do this one, only I'm going to do it in different colors, but essentially same design. And she is on Instagram, and you can look her up as Essoldo, ESSOLDO. She does really cool abstract watercolor, and her color choices are always awesome. And there's just something so appealing. Hi, Vale. Anybody else? To share. Okay. I'm just going to call you Shelley. How about that? But anyway, so when I was struggling with what I was going to do today, I just thought, maybe I'll just work out of this book. But her work is so darn, I don't know, calming, soothing, appealing. I don't know. I like it. And she has a pretty big following, so I think other people like it as well. So I'm going to do this one today. That's the first page of it. And while Dee Dee was, excuse me, making awesome meandering books, I went ahead and laid out my watercolor design. So it is a beautiful book, Paula. It really is. And I would say if you can't buy her book, at least follow her on Instagram. You know, it doesn't cost anything, and she does post some really, really fun stuff. So yeah, that's my page. And I'm going to use the same colors that I used in that last challenge I did. And I used 1/8 inch tape to leave the white lines so they're straight. Ugh. If you look at hers, they're not. And it doesn't bother me that hers are not, but it would bother me that mine were not. Now, how dumb is that? Hi, Barbara Clark. So I went ahead and did the whole layout. And this is what we're going to work on. So those of you that are going to play along, get your stuff out. And I'm going to use, I just grabbed these because they're usually sitting on top. But I wanted to use the Payne's Gray. And I only have Payne's Gray in M Graham. So, yeah, I just pulled out my dress-up watercolors to work on this. And I think the colors that I used, now I'm kind of mad that I didn't write them down, but I know I used Payne's Gray, Maroon Perylene, I think, and then nickel quin. But if you don't have nickel quin, yellow ochre would work just as well. So, and I can't decide. She did 5 colors in hers, and she uses Winsor Newton, which I don't have any Winsor Newton paints. I'm always tempted to buy some more, but I don't need any more. So, and this is leftover paint from the other day. I'm just going to add to it. But I don't know if I want to add other colors. Jasper would be very proud of me using up my paints. I'm pretty sure I used that maroon. Well, that's what we're going to use now. If I didn't use that, I used the Quin Violet, but I don't know. We'll mix a color and hope we have enough of it to finish whatever we're working on. That's how we do it. Looks a little redder, but we'll test them out. That is a little redder for sure. That's all right. We don't care. But the only thing I knew for sure is that I wanted to use the Payne's Gray. That's neutral. I need to fill this Payne's Gray. Running out of paint. Probably one of my very favorite watercolors. And I will reorder when it's time to reorder. I will reorder the M gram. Your first good investment, Rosa Gallery watercolor set. I don't know that I've ever heard of that, Paula. But I'm always interested in hearing more. You're watercoloring for the stamp project now? Cool, Yona. Oh, it's a mixed set. Yeah, at the top of mine are the Daniel Smith colors I have, and the bottom is M gram colors. And I do not have tubes of all these. So when it's time to replace them, I have to order the tubes. Some of the tubes I have, but a lot of them I do not. So I should have washed my paintbrush out a little bit better. But I haven't decided if I'm going to add another color. Maybe a dark blue would be nice. Let's see how that'll work. I really dirtied that. It'll be all right. I think I will. But you guys, I don't think, to just play and stuff, do not feel pressure to buy the expensive paints. I think you can. I've done watercolors on here with Crayola watercolors, and they're fine. Even that Grabby set that I've shown that you get like 100 colors for no money, that one is a great set, especially because it's got metallics, regular colors. You get like 50 of just regular colors, and then 50 specialty paints. There is nothing wrong with those. And the other set that I really, really love, let me think. Okay, we're going to go with the dark blue for sure. What is that set that I love so much? Hang on, now I got to look. It's not popping in my head. But for inexpensive watercolors, Mission Gold. I love, love, love the Mission Gold watercolors. So, and I think everybody kind of ends up with their favorites. So if you find something you like and it works well for you, go with that. Hi, Joyce. The Rosa Gallery, our family business in the Ukraine. That makes me think there's some from Poland too. And I have a few of those. Huh, I'll have to look them up. There's so many out there. And then you got Xander and Patty Tully Parrish who will mix their own. They'll get the pigments from a art supply store and mix their own. That's one thing I won't be doing. Now I'm wondering, do I want to add a 5th color or not? Yeah, Daniel Smith get pretty pricey. And there are inexpensive, nice sets on Amazon. There really are. The only watercolors I really hate that I just don't like, and it's not a name brand, it's just the way they behave, is I don't like watercolors that turn out chalky. Like the pastel colors that have a lot of filler and stuff in them. I don't like those. Kiritaki they're good. Yeah, Kiritaki is really good. So, yeah. I'm trying to decide if I want another color. Because I've gone totally away from her palette, completely. Let's start with these. And if we want to add one later, we always can, right? Hopefully I mixed enough of the paint. Does anybody else have like cards that you keep until it's just full to test stuff on? True that. Hi, Ruth. Frugal Crafter, she is a great resource for watercolors. It's kind of her specialty for sure. Okay, I'm going to get some clean water because it was dirty to start with and now it's dirtier. Okay, that'll make me happier. And since I'm going to do wet on wet for the first layer, it's kind of good to start with clean water. You know what I mean? You guys in the USA, hippie crafter for all kinds of lovely things. Van Gogh, I've heard other people talk about Van Gogh. So I think it just, yeah, the Arteza ones, I agree, Debbie. I have those, the Arteza watercolor. They're horrible. They're horrible. They're so chalky. Did I test that last one? I was going to want to make it a little bit lighter. Yeah, I still want it lighter. Okay. I think that'll go good with the Payne's Gray. Got to get my water closer over here. And I'm going to do each little square. Try and keep my white lines white, right? Let's start with the Payne's Gray. The first layer I want pretty light because I'm going to come back after I dry it and work on top of it. But in the book, it's kind of how she approaches it. So, and I'm working on the B watercolor paper. You can get the big pad at Walmart. I've been working on the Fabriano paper that I bought, and I like it a lot. But I just thought, we'll just work on inexpensive B paper. If you have a channel, they might send you free stuff to show. You know, I'm not necessarily interested in being a showcase for products. I mean, I wouldn't really care if somebody sent me something to show on the channel, and I would. But I kind of just don't want to get into that. You know, I always wonder if I'm getting a real review. if they've sent the product. Or if people do that, you know, and you'd have to have a much bigger channel than I have for sure, because they're going to want to reach a ton of people. And I'm a pretty small channel. And I'll come back before these squares dry and try and get some water spots. And I sure could clean out my brush better. And I'm just going to do all the colors to start out. Now I'm just adding clear water to make some watermarks on it. That Payne's gray is so pretty. And I'm going to be adding colors in with the others to get kind of a messy background. So if I don't clean my brush, I don't really care. If you're going to mix the colors, though, think about your color wheel and what the colors are going to do together. Because sometimes it could turn out really, really ugly. You got the Koi travel set? Get going, Shelly. Maybe a cobalt teal type of color would be a good filler. Yeah, I'll probably go back and add those colors if I add another color on the top after I get this base kind of done. I don't want all the big areas to be those dark, dark colors, though. I forgot to get this wet first. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I like this tape for masking off sections like this. I bought it actually for the watercolor poster. Focus, you freak. There you go. Good job. Getting ready to do the same thing again. You bought Fabriano for water-based mixed media and like it after adding gesso to the backside. Oh, that's an idea, Debbie. I like the Fabriano watercolor paper. Okay. I couldn't tell, honestly, and not that I'm some expert or anything, but I couldn't tell a huge difference. I think the thing I liked about it, because I'm weird this way, I like the size of it. Like the B paper, it comes, what, 9 by 12? Yeah, 9 by 12. And so I'm forever cutting it down. But as far as the end product and how much I enjoyed working on it, I couldn't tell that big a difference, honestly. And you do pay a little bit of a premium for that name, you know? So there's that. Yeah, it doesn't buckle as bad. Yeah, and see, I put the tape on the edge because I wanted the border, but I didn't tape it down to a drawing board or anything. So it'll buckle a little bit, but this B paper surprisingly lays right back out. Also, another thing that you can do to keep it from buckling horribly, when you're done, if the buckle doesn't disappear, go ahead and paint the back with acrylic paint, and it'll lay out completely flat, really nice. So, and you just stuck your hand in the paint. Yeah, that's why it's always a good idea to start up in the left. I'm famous for it, so you can ask me about that all day long, because I'm famous for putting my hand in the wet paint. Especially if I'm painting a flower or something like that. This, I wouldn't care because it's so abstract anyway. But yeah, that's something I would definitely be doing. See on this one how you get the really cool watermarks? That's what I'm kind of trying to go for. Another thing is just take any kind of absorbent, a rag, paper towel, whatever. And pick up some of the paint and leave marks. You can do it with salt. Salt makes really cool marks. You're familiar with the Derwent Graph paint set? Yes, I love them, Vale. Yeah, I have them. I have the pencils and the paints. And I agree with you. The nice muted. I hardly ever think of them though. Ugh. Maybe I'll do another one of these in the Graphitent. I like the Graphitent having the pencils and the paints, because if you do your sketch with the water-soluble pencils, as you paint, your drawing disappears into the painting, which I like that very, very much. Okay, this one I'm going to do really, really light. I hope. But yeah, I love those Graphitent watercolors. They're awesome. And they have a little bit of I don't want to say glitter, but there's something kind of metallic about them. But I do love them very, very, very much, for sure. There's very few sets that I have that I would say I just hate them, and given a choice, I won't get them out. Arteza is the only one. Debbie hit that right on the head. The Arteza paints are horrible. And when you put them in the pans, I got a set of tubes. When you put them in the pans, they crack real bad, which means they've got garbage filler in them. You gave the graphitin away, Debbie? If you did, why? I mean, I'm just curious because I do love them. I love the muted colors. But again, I think they're kind of like, I guess you could use them for most everything, but they are so muted that you, oh, the Arteza, you gave them away. I still have mine. But yeah, I'm not an enormous fan. All right, let's go back and see. I think I'll add a little bit more blue. Oops. A little bit of blue in here. Might have been a little bit more blue than I actually wanted. Yeah, the Arteza, I would let kids play with them. But the kids would hate them too. But the White Knights, they're also really good. I like them. Renaissance, I think, are the Polish ones that I was trying to think of because I have a small set of them. I also have some handmade watercolors from a company in Canada. And I think they use honey as a binder, and I like them a lot. I don't know if I've ever used them on stream, though. Now I got this great big area down here. I have to choose wisely. What color? Let's do the Payne's Gray again. Some of the blue. Pick up a little bit of the puzzles because I don't want to take this to take 5 hours to dry. Hey, Brenda, are you off today? It's good to see you. It's been forever. I hope you're doing well. You have a few Etsy. Yeah, I like when they use honey as a binder because they re-wetten really easy. And that's probably why I like the M-grams and stuff is because their binder re-wets so nicely. Well, it's good to see you, Brenda. I hope everything's going well. You like your new house and your new job and everything. I don't want that red, so I'm going to put some red here. Yeah, I think I'll do this one red. Might have been nice to have that fifth color. I don't know. I like seeing some of the old timers come back. I hate that real life gets in the way. All right, let's go ahead. I don't want real wet, but a little bit of wet. Get some water spots in here. That one's still kind of wet. Let me get my brush really, really clean as I can. re-wet this. When you do down pretty thin glazes like that, your watercolor isn't going to move that much. So I think I'll add some red along the edges that it shares with red. Like it smeared or ran in between the white lines. Thanks, Barbara. I really like these colors too. I used them on that abstract watercolor that I did for the last week's challenge, and I just loved them. I mean, I like the layout too, but I just love them. You've been lurking, going well, back to school too, to get early childhood associate teacher now. No, oh, Brenda, that is awesome. That just makes me happy, happy. Good on you. Oh, look, it went ahead and let the red spread. That's okay. We're going to work with it. Yeah, that just makes me happy, happy. Let's make some water spots in this one. It's almost like there's a perfect time to add the water to get the stuff to move, and it can't be sopping wet. And better papers do better with this for sure. Sop up some of the excess. All right, I'm gonna hit it with the heat gun. I think I like it. Let's see what the book says. I'm not really following her instructions, am I? She said she starts off by masking the page, which I did, mix the colors in a palette, which I did. She uses a brush to paint the outline of the square. Well, I used the tape, so I didn't have to do that part. She's painted graduated squares by using a thin layer of paint at the top, then flooding the bottom with more paint, which I did not necessarily on purpose, but it worked out good. So that's good. And then mix in some of the colors in the blocks, which I did. And then when the piece is totally dry, you can begin your wet on dry layers. See techniques, wet on dry, and that's in the beginning of the book. I tend to like a mix of patterns and plain squares in my work to stop things from looking too busy or overdone. That's where I fail. Just saying. And then we can go back in and add the embellishments with pen or whatever we want. Okay, so now the only thing I have to do is dry it. And if I was sitting here working by myself, I would probably get up and walk away for a little while and let this dry and let whatever happen. But because I'm on stream, I'm going to go ahead and hit it with a heat gun. And if it's not completely dry, it's fine, just as long as it doesn't start running and moving a lot. So go ahead and mute if you need, but I'm going to use a heat gun. One nice thing is when you use a less expensive paper, it does dry quicker. The best thing about doing something like this, you guys, I'm gonna be honest, is when you're all done and it's all dried and you get to tear the tape off, and then the white lines and the crisp edges and the white lines pop up. That's the most awesomest thing. All right, that's probably dry enough. Down here was where it was really wet. Damp a little bit, but not horrible. So I think I can work on top now, and it's not going to run horribly or, yeah, create problems for my bad self. One thing that she uses in a lot of her art is the petals using your paintbrush. So we'll start with that, and we'll use the blue because I think it'll look good on top of the yellow. I just felt something. Oh, the table's wet. Okay. We're going to go in full strength. She uses this a lot. And I start in the middle and work both ways so that the spacing stays somewhat even. Yeah, the tape turns golden. Yeah, I love that tape. And when I run out, I will definitely be buying more for sure. Now I just have to be careful not to start touching stuff because this is where I get in trouble. Got your squares painted, but I didn't have the skinny tape, so I have wonky square. See, that's okay. Look at hers, Shelly. You guys don't realize I have to satisfy this OCD. Oh, did I want to use blue? Yeah, I think I will. Yeah, this OCD tendency of mine. So, yeah, you don't feel compelled to keep everything straight if you don't want. That's me giving in to my utter craziness. I just don't struggle with it. See, now those are all wonky, and I'm okay with that. Terry, how are you doing? Do little half ones there on the end. Hopefully it's not going over the tape. See, it could have been drier. See, this is what's happening because it's not completely dry, and I'm okay. If I don't like this, I'll do another one. But see how the edges have started running a little bit? That's because my paper was just still a little bit damp. Maybe I will hit this because it's still a little bit damp, and I don't want it to run, but I can clean those edges up with a pen too. I have wonky squares too, but I'm fighting the urge to straighten them up. Don't, Terry, don't. Went to college for interior design. That's cool, Dale. All right, I'm going to hit it with a heat gun again really quick because this one is still pretty damp. And I'm doing my designs much like she does. When I do my own, I'll do it completely different. But I liked hers, and I thought, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do somewhat like she did hers. And I watered that paint down a lot to get just a hint. Embrace the wonk. There you go. That's what we'll have to start saying now. Embrace the wonk. All right. I'm going to do mine just a hair below that so that hopefully they won't run. But they probably will. See, I already touched it. Oh, well. But really, if you're wanting to try watercolor, it's not something you've ever done. I literally would go buy myself a set of the Crayolas. Their colors are really vibrant, and I mean, they've been around for 100 years for that very reason, is that they make a good product. But if it's something you just want to try, do that. I'm only going to be able to fit 4 on mine, so the last one will be the Payne's Gray. Yeah, see, it was still just damp that it's running a little bit. That's all right. We'll fix it up later. Or we won't. Either way. And obviously, if you want bigger teardrops or whatever, get out a bigger brush. You love how they blend? Yeah. That's the cool thing about watercolor. I was a person, my old friend Elaine will tell you that she for years kept saying, you've got to try watercolor. You've got to try watercolor. And I was like, I'm just not interested. I'm just not interested. And she said, no, you got to try. You got to try. And I resisted forever. But one of the things about watercolor is if you do want to blend colors or see something totally unexpected happen, watercolor is almost the only medium where you can do that. So I think that's one of the things that's been really fun for me. And now watch it. I'm going to do some lines here without a ruler or without tape. I'll end up probably pissed off about it, but it's okay. But I think that's one of the funnest things. Funnest is a word. The most fun things about watercolors is that you get unexpected things that you couldn't plan in a million years. And then you learn from that. You either learn to love it or you learn just to go with whatever because it is what it is, you know? And that's been good for me because I know this is going to shock you guys. I tend to be a little bit of a control freak. Can't believe I said that out loud. but it's probably not a surprise to anybody. I don't know what made me think of this just now while I'm sitting here messing with this. I found a new show on Hulu called The Last Alaskans. Has anybody else heard of that? These people go up above the Arctic Circle and live. I'm telling you right now, I love living in civilization after watching these people. And I'm glad Robert feels the same way. Never once did he say, hey, that would be really fun. We should try that. It's like, are you crazy? I don't eat at McDonald's, but I want one on the corner just in case. You know? Hubs is laughing. Yeah, well, I mean, I like watching how they do it, but honestly, I'm thinking you people are out of your mind, and they talk about how much they love it, and I'm like, yeah, right. I like flush toilets. I love me a flush toilet that's been recently scrubbed. Like if it's a brand new, freshly cleaned toilet, nothing could make me happier. Hey, View Boo. Okay, right now I'm going to put the teardrops in with just plain water, and then add the paint to the end. I don't know what it's going to do different, but we're going to find out. And I'm hoping it runs toward the tape up there. I don't know if it's going to, so we're going to find out. Okay. That's going to take about a lifetime to dry. We watch Naked and Afraid, Alone, and Survivor type shows, but I would never apply. Exactly, Debbie Epps. I love seeing people suffer. But I don't want to suffer. I'm not kidding. Now, I love Survivor. Dee Dee, Survivor's coming on in just like 2 weeks, isn't it? I live for that. Oh, all right. I'm just trying to think what else I could use for mark making. The dot tools actually work well, but I just got thinking, I don't know how these are going to work. Let's try it because we don't really care. 2 weeks, baby. All right, where do I want this? Let's do this up here. I have to turn it upside down so I don't stick my hand in that wet paint. Okay, this is just a cut up credit card dipped in the watercolor. I wonder if I imagine one of those circle things would work too. My little circle tools that I have scavenged here and there, I imagine they would work. Now I'm going off script, you guys. I'm just making it up as I go along. Ooh, but I just thought of something I would like to. You love Survivor? What was the title of the last show? I think it was called The Last Alaskans. Dot Tools Work. Yeah, I know. Oh, are you just repeating what I said, Terry? Are you just sitting over there making fun of me? Woot woot. Yeah, the dot tools do work. I do know that. Q-tips do not work well with watercolor. They just absorb everything and then don't ever want to release it. Kind of like the crap you get out of your ears. Yeah, that's why you use Q-tips, because Q-tips keep it. But I know that dot tools work, so we'll get out a dot tool. I've been thinking about altering my little tool storage thing here so that I can keep my dot tools close to me because I use them so much. And I have to keep them across the room. I'm going to use the big ones to start with. And I ordered these off Amazon, and I think I just called them dot tools is what I did. Let's start with not the biggest one. Let's start with the other one. You meant on this? Okay. Plastic straw for circles. Brenda, that's a good idea. Let's try it. I have some paper. Oh, wait. I have a plastic straw here. I use this to blow paint, but let's use it. And then I have paper straws, which Lena sent me, that have been sitting there all these years. And look, I even have a really skinny one. All right, let's see. Where do we want to put the dots? We'll put the dots up in here. A lighter color is not going to show well, so let's go in with the Payne's Gray on here. I love that little pink. They're not perfect dots, but they definitely get the paint on there. So, okay, now I'm going to use paint from there, and maybe they'll be lighter and smaller. Oh, I saw CB. Yeah, I saw CB ask Dee Dee where the next survivor is going to be. They've kind of set up shop in Fiji. And I honestly, I like seeing the other locations that they go to, but I also think that they're not dumb for doing that, to setting up one location. And it changed when COVID happened, that they kind of settled down in one spot. And maybe Fiji was just freer with the COVID restrictions or something, but they did that. But can you imagine how much money they're saving, not having to do all that setup and everything in a new location every time? Yeah, they really got smart by setting up shop. And I don't know that it has affected my viewing the show at all. All right, here's the straw, Brenda. Ooh, working a little bit. I got a bubble. It makes bubbles, but it makes more perfect circles. So maybe if I Yeah, maybe if I blow the straw out, I would get the outline and not the bubble. I forgot that time. Oops. It's kind of weird, but yeah, it works, Brenda. Thank you. And I forgot to blow it out again. Yeah, works okay. Yeah, see, I liked all the different locations, but I think as a financial matter for the people who produce Survivor, um, setting up in one location is a smart move. Just saying. Plus, I think they maybe can get better challenges when they can put more money into it and set it up. And so, yeah. And as a viewer, I don't think I really care. I wish they'd get better contestants. Where are the Robs and the Ethans and the Poverties and, like, I don't know. We haven't had, I don't think, any really stand out contestants in a while. But I can say that as a person who has watched every Survivor multiple times. One time, I think I told you guys, I can't remember where I found it, or maybe I found it on 2 different locations. Maybe it was on Prime and Netflix or whatever, but I watched every season. I mean, I started at 1 and watched it nonstop. I mean, like binge watching Survivor. I don't know if I ever told you guys this story. It's kind of funny, though. I had a brother who had a traumatic brain injury due to a heart attack. And I went up to see him after it happened to him and spent the day with him and took him out. And I didn't know, like how different his behavior was going to be. And we drove all over town. Like we went by our old house where we lived, and he knew every street in Denver. He could tell me every turn to make, everywhere to go. So that part of his brain was still intact. He knew exactly where to go. We went to Meinigers that day, and he was not an art person, so it probably wasn't fun for him, but I didn't care. Anyway, we got back home, and by now I'm exhausted. We've been out running around. We went to lunch with my other brother. So we went over to my sister's house, and we were going to wait for her to get home from work. And we went down in her basement, and I turned on the TV, and it was a rerun of Survivor. And I laid down on the couch and promptly started dozing and fell asleep. And my sister came in and asked Gary was the one with the traumatic brain injury, asked Gary, what have you guys been doing? Gary told her, we've been eating bugs. In his traumatic brain injured state, he thought we had been living Survivor all day. So he told her we'd been eating bugs. We've been swimming in the ocean. Yeah, he just, that became his life. And my sister, she was so good with him. She was like, really? Like she just, and he got real animated. But yeah, climbing trees. Like we had not done anything but shopped and eat lunch and traveled all over the city all day. But yeah, in his mind, we had been living the Survivor life. I called Gary groovy. Yeah, I would love Rupert. There were so many of them that were just such characters, you know, they just stood out so much. Boston Rob will forever be my favorite, but I love Ethan too. And yeah, there were a few. Yeah, I didn't like Richard. I like that. Oh, I can't think of his name. That old retired military guy. You guys will know who I'm talking about. Season 5 Pearl Island was your favorite. Oh, see, I was Sandra's daughter was an Australian survivor. Oh, I wonder if I could find that on the internet or something. That would be fun. Yeah, Rudy. Rudy was his name. Yeah, I liked me some Rudy. All right, let's see what we're going to do up in this box. They did this, what I did down here. I guess it doesn't matter, huh? And I can't do circles because I already did that. Which boxes am I don't like this box particularly, so I want to put something in there. But I agree with her that leaving a box empty here and there is not a horrible thing. So, and this one I think would look really good with just white on it when I go back in with the white pen or whatever. So let's use the dot tool some more. We'll use smaller dots this time though. Yeah, now I'm getting excited for some Survivor. But that would be fun to see Sandra's daughter. I love Sandra. She was like the goat, wasn't she? I'm using Payne's Gray now on top of the blue. And these dry quite a bit lighter than what they appear, so hopefully it won't be so much in your face. And if it is, oh well, in your face. Focus, you freak. There we go. Even Russell was more interesting than all of last. Yeah, see, I think that's the thing that has gotten me. And I'm going to kind of stick my neck out here. But the season when they went kind of woke, Dee Dee's sitting there cringing right now going, don't say it, don't say it. But the season that they went woke and asked him, are you guys offended by being called guys? I almost quit watching Survivor over that. Because how many of us in our everyday vernacular say guys is just a blanket expression of people, you know? And I don't think we have to police ourselves to that extent. I'm sorry if you get your feelings hurt, but freaking get over it, okay? I call people guys all the time. Do you guys want to do this? Do you guys want to do that? I will never ask you if you're offended. I trust that if I've offended you, you're going to pack your happy ass up and get out, okay? That's pretty much the rules of my world. So, and I don't want to see like a show like Survivor that has so much exposure. I think they should be saying no, 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 no. If you're offended, the boat will be here in about 15 minutes. Go pack up your condoms. I just learned that they gave those people condoms out there. Go pack up your condoms and get your ass out of here. You know what I mean, man? See, that's just it. I'm glad you guys are all agreeing because I don't really like sticking my neck out on stream or any place like that. But my feeling is enough is enough. You know, I'll meet you sometimes halfway. Chances are I won't really, but I will attempt to meet you halfway. But when you start making ridiculous requirements, I can't play with you anymore.
I can't play with you anymore. We can't be friends, and I want to be friends. So I'm having to mix some more red. I used up all my red. So, all right. I'm glad well, bye-bye to the people I offended, and thanks a lot for you guys who didn't. Janet for president. You think, Leona? I'm not sure that would be such a good thing. But I think I would make good decisions for the country. I made good decisions for my kids and for me and my husband and stuff. But yeah, I'm like, over it. All right. In this one, we're going to water us down some red. But I don't want to have to give up the things I like because I'm offended, right? That's so ridiculous that I'm sitting here talking about being offended when I'm offended. Oh, God, somebody needs to smack me upside my head. All right, I was just going to make some little brush marks here, but fatter than these lines. But yeah, I'd like to think that I could do a pretty good job. Who would want that job, in all honesty? Who would want? Yeah, no. I'm perfectly happy sitting out here bitching about these city buttholes. How about that? Well, what I'm really complaining about, oh, you guys, I probably should just shut up. But anyway, yeah, I think I will shut up because I don't know who watches these videos. I just touched them. I didn't want to touch them. My toxic trait is not accepting help and then getting mad when... Leona, I so get that. I so get it. But honestly, you don't want, because... Excuse it. Robert is so good about asking me. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. If I'm cooking dinner, if I'm folding laundry. He never asks when I'm scrubbing the toilet, but he'll say, do you need any help? Can I help you? Whatever. Robert is so good about offering help constantly. And I'm always like, nope, I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it. But yeah, that's funny. I only want help if they do it my way. Exactly, CB. I'm the kind of person, yeah, you can help me. Why don't you load the dishwasher? And then when you're done, I'll go back and reload it different. So, but yeah, Robert is so good about, can I help you with that? Can I do that for you? Yeah, no. Thanks anyway, though. But I truly don't get mad because I know that most things, I like it my way. I want it done my way. There you go, Barbara. That's the best answer. Robert helps all the time by staying the hell out of the house. All right. Some of those, I didn't think they would bleed, but they're bleeding, and that's fine. I don't care. All right. Which one? Was it this square I was going to leave empty? That one, I honestly wish I could get some. Let me try something. Let's just try a little experiment here because we can. I'm going to re-wet this box. I still had yellow in my brush. That's all right, because immediately we do that. We're going to try and pick up some of the color. No, it didn't work like I hoped. Dang it. Well, we'll leave it like that because that may be one of the boxes I don't put anything in. I am so slow. I think I'll do some more of those straight lines, though. I like that. And I'm working hard at not getting my hand in that wet paint.
It's exasperating watching someone help you out and not doing it your way. Exactly. Exactly. Hi, Marguerite. We are all art scientists. Wait, what's up with my scientist kick lately?
I suppose it's a little bit of a form of science. All right. Do I have enough of these kind of? I think I'll do like she did. I'm kind of using hers as a pattern. Let's do some dirty yellow dots up here. I did really dirty up that yellow, man. And then some of the dark red. The one thing I don't like about these tools is when you lift them up, a little drop of paint jumps off. It's like, well, why does it have to do it every time? All right. Now I'm going to use the Payne's Gray. Yeah, got that one a little bit fat. Oh well, we'll work with it. College football has started, so that means these weekend people be staying home. All right. Boy, they're crooked. Good thing I'm not being real critical. You done with all your squares? Dang, Shelly, you're kicking butt. Another thing, I'll probably have to hit this with a heat gun again. I think I'm going to hit it with a heat gun right now because I don't want that other stuff that I just put down to move. I think they're dry enough around the edges now that they shouldn't move. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but we're going to try it. Oh, I'm happy, Vale. That's awesome. I still got wet paint down here, so I still got to be a little bit careful. Okay, I'm going to try and get this really, really wet. I'm going to put the paint on the tape up here. Then oh, the water went one place. I was hoping I could get it just to get droplets, you know. There we go.
Just do some random thing like that. Oh my God, straight lines without CB, do you know what this does to me? I mean, hyperventilating the whole rest of the afternoon.
All right, I'm feeling like, let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares all right there in the middle.
Why did I leave them all right there in the middle?
But this one I'm going to put white in, so it's okay. That one's kind of big to leave blank. Ugh. Yeah, I'll just add white to them. We can always come back in if we want. Cleaning my paintbrush. Because I'm famous for picking up a dirty paintbrush too. Okay, there we go. Clean up some little bit of mess we got going. All right, so we're at, let me move this. I'll screw it up yet. Okay, we're at this stage where all the paint designs are kind of down. So now we'll go in with some white. I'm going to probably add black to mine as well, but it looks like she used just white. And I'm going to also do this. She just says more inspiration. I really like that. So eventually I'll do that. But for right now, we're just going to use the white pen and probably a black pen and add some additional stuff on top. So I will use both the Jelly Roll, and we'll see if that's the brand new one. So let's use the old one if it will work. It worked awesome yesterday, so coax this. This one's almost getting empty, so if I have to throw it away, I won't feel bad because I've used most of it. There we go. We got some paint coming now. Another thing you can do with these is take that nib out and wipe them off, and your pen will start writing really awesome again. But why would I want to do that when I can sit here and fight with it? Hi, Sharon. Thanks for coming. All right, we got us some white pen going on. Let's see what she did up in that corner. I'll move my book down. She uses a lot of dots, which I really love because I'm a dot fanatic as well. Don't tell me you're not going to write now. I like these Artistro pens because they dry really quick and they don't pick up the watercolor underneath, which I really like. They'll stay just as white as acrylic paint, where the Jelly Roll pens tend to absorb the watercolor and your white ends up just a little bit dirty. We're going to distract from how crooked and stupid our lines are down here. We're either going to distract or draw attention to it. I'm not sure which. I saw some abstract art on Instagram this weekend. I saved it. I'm going to take another look at it. But when I saw it, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to make another poster, like the watercolor poster, and actually hang it on my wall. I liked it that much. All right. Oh, you know what? Let me try this with it. Try it with a jelly roll. And I hope it doesn't absorb the watercolor, but it might. Come on, could you make nicer circles? Reader board, thumbs up. Thank you, Barbara. Okay, you guys are seeing that, okay. And I'm not going to dot those other ones going up, I don't think. And I think on this one, that's why my white pens don't work. Leave the cap right off and just let them sit there and dry up, because that's what the really smart people do. Okay, I'm going to use the black pen, I think, on here. I hope I'm not sorry that I added the black. I don't think I will be. I really like outlining the watermarks. I think it always looks really cool. I am CB. It was a plan right from the beginning, just to ruin your eyesight. Just go, yep, that's what I'm doing to CB today. All right, and this one that I left blank, I think because I like those water dots. And if I was going to do this again, I'd try and get more of those water spots. And emphasize them. And really on these water spots, you can kind of do whatever you want as long as you follow somewhat.
Because of the color changes.
You're welcome, CB. Anything to help out a pal. All right, this one up here, I'm not loving. And this is the paint that ran. So this is my attempt to clean that up. It either will or it won't work. And if the paper is even a little bit damp, the pen will not want to write. That's why sometimes it's kind of hard to do watercolor on stream because of the drawing time, and things don't work as well as they do if you give it a chance to go ahead and dry itself up. And I don't know how well you guys can see it, but this Jelly Roll pen has absorbed a fair amount of that blue, which is fine. I mean, I don't really care, but all right, let's do this. Let's take one of the little dot tools. I think that pink has a good size. I'm trying to fix this square up here. We'll see how I do. Take the dark blue. The dots are goofing up too. That's crazy. Because that should be completely dry by now. That's crazy that the other places didn't do it, but this Quinn Gold is. That is really crazy. Now I thought I was fixing, I may be making it worse. But anybody who looks at it will think it was intentional. But yeah, that's cuckoo crazy. Well, live and learn. Left the lid off that one too. Okay, Terry and Shelley, since you're playing along with me, I want you to post it so I can see it, okay, please?
Please. The white around, doesn't it, Brenda? She is famous for doing that, and I started doing it both on this and the crack art, and I have to say I liked it every time. Every time I've done it, it's just like after you kind of get a look at it, it's like, oh, that came out way cool. I like that. But you got to get good watermarks. I mean, you can make it up, I guess, as you go along. I'm going to add it to this one down here where I have the watermark. And if you get up close, you can kind of see it.
and I'm going to go ahead and try and emphasize it to whatever extent I can. And I actually try and overemphasize it maybe a little bit. But yeah, try and get those watermarks intentional, you know. Since I'm going to break that line up, I'm going to go ahead and draw. Now that's how I could have straightened up the line. Oh well. Because it doesn't have to look like anything. You can pretty much get away with whatever you want. And this one, I want white in this one. I'm just not sure what I want to do. If I didn't think it would get all over everything, I'd almost like to take some white watered down, hi Jolu, white acrylic and do some paint splatters in there. I wonder if I could get away with that. Or, well, let's try it with I'll use the blue. All right, before I get all carried away and cuckoo here. We won't really create an actual mask, but we'll try and mask it off to whatever extent we can. I just keep these little cut up pieces of paper for quick notes. So yeah, let's give it a go. Let's see. I think it worked. Now, if I can just get these up without wrecking something. Some little bit of splatters there. CB's removing people from chat. You go, CB. Because we like that, we're going to go ahead and do it up here with the blue. The blue is a little bit harder to see, so we're just going to use artistic license. How about that? You're a mess? Well, I'm glad you said that, because Dee Dee's been saying it for years. All right, so I ended up with just the two completely empty boxes, which I guess is okay. Don't have to just totally overdo it. All right, I'm going to hit this with a heat gun real quick and clean up or get those, and then I think I'm going to take the tape off.
Ooh, baby.
Okay. I really don't like this. I'm not sure what I can do about it though. All right, hang on. Since I've only used black there, I've only used black one time, right? Might distract a little bit from the smearage. Come on. Now my pen doesn't want to work. And this is a permanent marker, so the watercolor shouldn't be messing with it at all. How are you doing, Terry? You coming along? I'm slow as hell, so Terry's probably been done with hers for about an hour. It did make the smearage a little less noticeable, so maybe it was a good ploy. I mean, you could just keep adding stuff forever, you guys. Like at this one, if I wanted to disguise this more, I could add some straight lines in the background or even straight lines in the designs itself. So there's a lot of ways you can disguise something that you maybe not completely happy with. I'm the master of disguise. Okay. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. Doesn't look quite so messy. What pens do you not recommend? I don't know. I'm a pen addict, and I definitely have my favorite pens. One thing I always look for in pens now is whether or not the ink in them is permanent. That to me is a huge seller. But for just writing, this is probably one of my very favorite pens because you can get it in a 03 nib, and so you can write really, really small and clearly with it. It is not waterproof. These pens, I think Dee Dee turned me on to these, the Uniball Eye needle. You can get a really nice fine line with these permanent ink. Another one that I like is the Uniball Air, this micro one. It's permanent ink. So if you're working kind of small or you want small lines, these two are going to be your best, in my opinion, best permanent pens. Or you can always get a micron or something like that. My problem with micron or any of those like this This is a Zig. No, this is Kuretake Zig Memory. I used to buy these all the time. The problem with them is they've got nibs that I absolutely crush. I absolutely crush them. So for just an inexpensive pen, these two are probably my favorite. And if I ruin one, I never care because they're so inexpensive. My very favorite set of black pens are the Copic multiliners. These are awesomely cool because you can buy the replacement ink cartridges and the replacement nibs. The whole pen comes out apart and you can just replace the ink cartridges. Now watch, I won't be able to get this one open. Maybe this one. I thought they all did. Yeah, these are my all-time favorite pens. Let me see if I can get one open so you can see. Why can't, oh, it comes out the end is why. This is the ink cartridge. So you can just buy the ink cartridge, slide it in, and you're not rebuying the pen over and over and over again. For whatever reason, I don't crush these nibs. So yeah, these are really nice and they feel good in your hand. These are nice pens, but they're a little bit pricey. Yeah. So those are my pen for small drawings, stuff like that. This pen that I used just a minute ago, this Ultimate Craft pen, I bought these when Hobby Lobby had that blowout sale, and I think I paid like 25 cents a pen or something. It was so ridiculously cheap, but they're alcohol and they bleed. So it's got a nice thick nib that I can't crush, and this one has lasted forever, and they call it medium nib. But I don't even know if you can get them anymore. And because they're permanent, I kind of, well, if I'm going to use a permanent pen, I'm going to get me a Sharpie. That's that. Sharpie makes the best black permanent ink. And a pen that will write on absolutely anything. I probably won't be able to find it. There it is. Are these microperms, and you can get them in 03 nibs, and you can get these in different colors. So, and they will literally write on anything. They'll write on tape, they'll write on glass, they'll write on wood. These will write on anything. But they're kind of pricey, $3 a pen, and I tend to crush the nib. So there you go. Favorite white pen, and I've gone around and round with white pens. I finally settled on these Jelly Rolls, but I only like the 10 nib. The 8 and the 5, neither one have really ever worked for me. And then Sakura makes one. And I should have it right at the tip. And I used to just praise it. But then I got a batch that was crap, and I've sworn off. So these, they're cheap. If they dry up or don't write, throw it away and get a new one. That's how I think about that. And I've been really, really happy and pleased with these Artistro extra fine tip white. And you can also get these in black, and they work just like a paint pen. Yeah, I've not been happy with the 8. My 8 won't write, and it ticks me off. I wish it would. I really do. But for larger white, they've got a fatter nib. But these have been a pleasant surprise. These Artistro, and they're cheap. So if they don't work and you throw one away, you're not feeling like you threw away something really valuable. Because I'm famous about throwing away pens. I have to throw them away all the time. All right, and there's one other thing I was going to do. Let's put a white dot in these black dots here. So, yeah, there, you got my little, the best of pens. And it, you know, it used to change, but I've kind of settled down now where I buy those same pens over and over again, and I don't mind throwing them away. And for just like really fine line colored pens, my absolute favorite are Les Pen. These little Les Pens, you can get them in any color. I have to be careful with the nibs, but look at those little baby nibs. They are like the most babyest little nibs ever. Can you guys see? I love Le Pen. They're harder and harder to find, but I do love me some Le Pen. Not permanent. But you can't have everything now, can you? And if you find a good pen that you love, tell me, because I'm always willing to try a new good pen. However, I am tired of trying pens that after I get them, I'm incredibly disappointed in. So there's that. So I like to work on recommendation because I think I've purchased every pen ever made. You know the pens that I love? Oh, CB, we bought them in Australia. What were they? They're out in the other room and I can't look it up. You're funny, Shelly. Oh, damn it. What were those pens we bought in Australia? Let me see if I have one here. That's not them. I'll have to tell you another time because they're out in the other room. Wait. I think I might have just found one. Okay, found it. Like I can remember that far back. If you can find them, Muji pens, made in Japan, colored inks. You can get them in every size nib, in every color. The Muji pens, CB. Remember, I looked for Muji pens everywhere, and I bought every one I found. I love Muji pens. Maybe I brought the duplicates in here. That's why I have some in here. But anyway, because I did end up with duplicates. So yeah. And I'm sure you can order them in America, but they sold them everywhere in Australia. Every bookstore, every art store had Muji pens. And we went to the Muji store. I bought Muji everything. I have my Muji scissors still. But I'm pretty sure you could probably order them from Blick, or not Blick, Jet Pens. I haven't ordered any since I got home. Muji, M-U-J-I. Muji is big in, well, at least this is my M-U-J-I, Muji. Sustainable stuff. You could buy a bunch of different bamboo stuff, Muji. Okay, you guys, I'm about ready to take the tape off here. I'm about done screwing with this. Okay. But you could buy Muji, lots of different Muji products. Muji clothes were very cool. Oh my God, you're doing doggy grooming? Oh my gosh, Brenda. All right, this is the most satisfying thing. It went out a little bit under the tape. Oh, I should take this off first since I taped on top of it. This is so satisfying. And I started out drawing the lines, so I'll have to go in and erase those. But is that not the most satisfying thing ever? Changes everything about it. Oops. Her lines were obviously much thinner than mine, but mine are straighter and more crisper. Are you not going to show yours, Terry? You're not satisfied with it? And I'll tell you one of the things that I super like about this and her art in general. Oops. I like the enormous borders that she leaves on her art. Why does that keep popping up? That makes me really mad. Hi, Maritza. What caused you to tape this time? Because I was at Dee Dee's and I didn't have a huge amount of time, and I could have used the ruler and drawn the lines, but that would have taken longer. And I thought, I've got that tape. I might as well just use it, you know? It's just 1/8 inch masking tape. Got it at Amazon for when I did the watercolor poster. So it wasn't like I had to order something special or anything. I already had it and thought, ugh, why don't I just use that? And it's obviously much thicker than the white space she left, but I don't care. I don't really care at all. Going to post mine right now. Give me a second. Okay. It is easier on my OCD. See, CB gets it. I might be able to save it when your cat stops watching. Okay. Hi, kitty, kitty. That would give you kitty, kitty smoochies. So let me show it this way where you can kind of see that big border. There's something about that big border that's very appealing. Use a brush to get rid of the eraser. Oh, I could. Here, I have them. I don't really have anything that'll smear on here, Dee Dee. But I didn't get my pencil marks off. All right. So I did measure out kind of the spacing and stuff, but then the tape had to, yeah, just make it as straight as it could be. I like it okay. Let's compare the two. Obviously, my colors are very, very different from hers. She definitely has more practice. There's the two sitting side by side. Thanks, Dee Dee. Thanks, Ruth. Yep. So I finished way early. This was a simple little thing today. You like mine better? Good. Thank you. Yours is good. Thank you, you guys. That's why I come back and do this. You guys so nice all the time. Yeah, I like them both too. I tend to like a little bit more bold colors though, so you know, I will tend to go toward that. And it's not that I don't like green. I love green, but it's rarely ever my go-to color. Rarely. So, yeah. So that'll go in the book. I need to get a new portfolio to start putting stuff in because my crack art one is full. And other than that, that's that. Did I put that? Oh, I did. Gotta put stuff away, man. Okay. Okay, okay, let's look at Shelley's. I'm pretty sure. What did I do with my phone? Dee Dee, you may have to call me so I can find my phone. There it is. I put the paint on top of it. Never mind. You don't have to call, Dee Dee. Let's get over to Instagram. Get it refreshed. I see your video of all the rain, Shelly. Oh my gosh. Too much, too fast. Yeah, no lie. Ugh. All right, I saw that. So let me go over to your page now. I love this. Oh. Why do they keep offering me crap I don't want? Let's see. All right. Nice, Shelly. I like that. Okay, and you think the lines and everything are wonky? I think it looks great. That's awesome. I like the dark green especially. Like that phthalo green. I don't know if that's what it is. Probably the color I would have. Yeah, it would be like phthalo green blue. Nice. Sweet. I'll post mine in a little while. Thanks for tagging me, Shelly. Yeah. But what I was going to say, do you guys follow an artist called David Zinn? He's retired and he goes around painting just random stuff on sidewalks. And I think he's in Ann Arbor, Michigan. He does the cutest thing with chalk on the sidewalk. I love him. His little things just make me happy every day. So that's that. No, I'm not being too sweet, Shelly. You know one thing I admire this in you. I admire it in Terry. I admire it in all you fibs. You're willing to try things that you've never done before, post it, and put yourself out there. And I think that's important so that you'll get feedback, you know, and hopefully people are being very supportive and telling you that's great, you know. But I admire that you're willing to put yourself out there and try something and do it. And that hopefully you're having fun, you know. I just like that. I like that a lot. And you're going to get better. That's the thing about doing this. And you can see it in what Terry posts all the time. She's willing to do it, put herself out there, and you can see Terry's progress. She's getting better every time she posts, every time. So I admire that about all the fibs. That you found something you enjoy, you're willing to do it, try it, put yourself out there. That's what it's all about. You know the thing that annoys me? Now I follow a lot of artists on Instagram, a lot. And so Instagram automatically feeds me more of what I follow. But you know what hacks me off? And I love seeing their art. But the people who do gorgeous art and then like make you wait for them to hold it up and turn it around. I don't have 30 seconds for you to turn around. Would you just show me your art? You know, is that, I'm a shithead. But yeah, just show me it. You don't have to make a big deal of it, you know? Like, okay, never mind. It probably doesn't annoy other people like it annoys me, but it's just like, don't make me wait. Yeah, I love David Zinn too, Brenda. Yeah, and aren't we lucky to have a community like we have, and that we have a place like, and I'm not a huge fan of Instagram or Meta or Facebook, but I'm glad that we have a place that we can do that, and that it's no pressure, and you're going to get good feedback. You know, I can't ever think of a time when a fib has said anything detrimental. You know, like everybody's so supportive. We want to see you do well. We want to see you improve. And if we can share something we know to help you, that's awesome. I don't know that I do that a whole lot, but if there's one thing I've ever done that you went, oh, I like that, or I learned that, then it made it worth my while, didn't it? Our community is the best, Alyssa. I have to agree. We are so lucky to have each other and support each other. Okay, so hey, Starla, I'm glad you agree with me. Yeah, I hate the reveal ones. Just show it, just put it out there, because I will like it every time. If you do amazing art, I am going to hit that like and probably comment. So thank you, Starla. Hi, Sherry. So, see, I do too. I mean, I've been watching Dee Dee for, I don't know, 15 years. I don't even know how long. It's been most of my life, I'm sure, anyway. And I still learn things from Dee Dee. Dee Dee won't paint one. No. You know, that's the thing too about Dee Dee and I. Dee Dee and I, we're good friends. Dee Dee doesn't do what I do, and I don't do what Dee Dee does most of the time. But no, Dee Dee probably won't do it because this isn't Dee Dee's thing. But if I tore this up, sent it to her in an envelope, she'd smack that right down on paper and turn it into something awesome. You know, so, but I admire that about her. I'm not going to collage. Why would I? I want to. I mean, but Dee Dee does what Dee Dee does, and I admire and like it. I do what I do, and she's supportive of me. I think the only thing that we do this, you know, is draw. Like we'll draw something and color it in with colored pencils, but I think that's where the commonality of Dee Dee and I ends. We'll draw something and color it, but Dee Dee's not going to get out a watercolor and do something like this, and I'm not going to get out a bunch of collage stuff. Doesn't mean I don't love it. I love it. What she does is amazing. So, yeah, just the difference between us. Oh, and Dee Dee's the nice one, and I'm not. That's another difference there. Dee Dee is so nice. Yeah, see, I enjoy the different styles too, Alyssa. And I'll try what I like, and I won't try the things that intimidate me. Those discs of Dee Dee, now that is intimidation. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? If I got that disc in front of me, I would just probably break into tears and go, bring me coffee. I need coffee. I wouldn't even attempt it. See, Shelly, that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, I would get that disc in front of me and just, I'd be stymied. I wouldn't know where to start. So, yeah. But it's good that we all enjoy each other and appreciate what each other does. So, CB, get your postcards in the mail, would you? All right, you guys. I'm out of stuff unless you have a question or want me to show you something or do something. I'm out of ideas. Yeah, the discs amaze me too. They're awesome. Aw, thanks, Shelly. I'll take the compliment and maybe Dee Dee can have what's left over, okay? As soon as you make them, okay. Show the postcard. Okay, here. I'll show you, for the people who came in late, I'll show the postcards that I got. I'll start with Alyssa's. I'll do them in the same order that I did them. The rule is Halloween fall stamped object. And Alyssa did this one, and she did the pumpkin and the turkey and the house. She did separately, cut them out, fussy cut them, and then stuck them in here. And they're awesome. The little house out there with a path going to it. Awesome, right? And it looks like there's an opening in the sky or something. It's really cool. Very cool. Alyssa did great. And look at that little gold on the street lamp. It almost seems like the street light is shining. It's so awesome. And then on the back, she put her name. So I'm just glad you played with us, Alyssa. And I think actually, to be honest, Alyssa drew those trees. Didn't you, Alyssa? You drew those trees. That's not a stamp. Okay, I lied earlier when I said that the trees were stamps. They're not. She drew them. So see what you can do with your stamps, a pen, some glue. Duh. Do it. Do it. And if you decide now to play with us, you got to submit 5. You'll get 4 back. Okay, this is Dee Dee Willingham with hand-carved stamps. She's hand-carved the pumpkin and the kitty cat, painted the card. Happy Cattober. Yeah, I figured that dawned on me when I was looking at it, Alyssa, that you drew those. The back does not have to be done. Yeah, just put your name somewhere. So, and then the back of Dee Dee's is like this. It's so Dee Dee. And then each one has a vintage postage stamp on it. That is not, I mean, she didn't stamp that. Which that's not cheating, because the only thing you have to do is a stamped image. And she carved both of hers. So that's awesome. They're so much fun. And then normally I save mine till the very end, but you guys made me show mine. And then this one's mine. Is it? Yeah, that's 2 of them. So I kind of copped out. Rather than trying to make a scene where I could use all my stamps, I just showed you all of them. And then the back is like a postcard with my name on it. So, yep. So those will be coming. I need to cancel that, don't I? I need to put a cancellation on that. But that's that. And I got to use my gold ink, which I love my gold ink. And they don't have to be the same, but they do have to be all original. Yes, they do. So thanks, Dee Dee. Thanks, Starla. Yeah. So do not feel intimidated. These took a long time. You do not have to invest a lot of time in this stuff, you guys. I got nothing else to do. So I just, actually, those took, by the time I colored in the images, cut them out, slapped them down, I probably had 2 days. So, and not working morning till night, you know, but just when I get a chance to work on them, I'd sit down and color the little things. But stamping is what I loved, you know. Thanks, Alyssa. All right, you guys. So I'm ending a little bit early. And Tina, if you're lurking in the background, I just saw that you sent a message. You're a pain in my ass, okay? But I love you too. I think Tina's lurking in the background because she just sent me a message, just instigating me to get mad and nasty. All right, you guys, go out and do something creative. Try and be kind. I'm going to be kinder after this weekend when all the city buttholes go home. And the final date, they have to be, hi, Tawanda Sue. And congratulations on winning this morning at Dee Dee's, and welcome. They have to be to me by October 19th. And please don't wait till the last minute. And I will, look at her. She just popped in chat, that lurking little monkey. If you need my address, you mail them to me. I'll put my email in chat. Don't forget the period after the M. And I'll send you my address. So, and don't forget a self-addressed stamped envelope. If you're international, I will pay the postage. So, but yeah, 5 postcards sent to me by October 19th. I was hoping you would show more art stuff you have made.
Oh my God, that we could be here for a lifetime, Jen. I'll try and find some unique stuff that I haven't shown in a long time and show it next time, Jen. See y'all Wednesday. All right. Go have some fun, you guys. Enjoy your Labor Day. Try and be kind. Love you. See you at Dee Dee's on Wednesday. Adios.